And hi again. That's so funny. I mean, isn't that great what I said? Natural intelligence. We like had this idea that it's superior to artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence created by the best naturally intelligent minds who then have time to consider responses and code processes, which means that, like, basically we have processes that a lot of really simple processes, level one, system one processes that are not very good, and that's mostly what our operation is, level one or system one processes. But we also have some system two processes that can better sort of imitate reason. When you have a bunch of system two processes reacting to one another, so a team of the best of the highest of voices designing level one voices for a computer, and then you have machine learning. So first of all, their level one voices are going to be as good as the best results of time spent active with our level two voices active. And then their level two voices with machine learning, not to mention their processing capacity and so on. It's just so crazy to me that anybody could ever think that it's an interesting question whether whether computers or machines are going to be smarter or more sentient. Ours depends on glucose level. It depends. I mean, we have all these things that trigger us. The weather is going to trigger our thinking processes. If it's raining, that's gonna activate, and we have no control over that. Mother Nature just put that into our programming. I guess. Well, it makes sense, right? What's the point in having people going out hungry hunting in the rain? So might as well, when you see rain, feel chill. Because I don't want you suffering hungry and you're not going to be able to catch anything anyway. I mean, most animals avoid the rain. So, I mean, we're just animals, right? We have a lot more rules than dogs, more interaction between the rules, but ultimately we are no different. In the sense that, so what do I mean by ultimately no different? Because obviously we are different in many ways, but we're in no way definitively different. There's this thing called Morgan's canon and something. Well, Morgan's canon's a response to something, some canon or anyway, that human intentionality is human and shouldn't be attributed to animals. Here's Eris's canon. Human intentionality shouldn't be attributed to humans. Intentionality. We have no more, and I mean we have more levels to the systems that imitate intentionality than they do. So we have more things that can sort of be factored in, even if we have no idea what these things are that were factored in. But there isn't some magical root to our or source of our behavior that is independent of other wiring, right? We don't have this external quasi-metaphysical, quasi-mystical thing that influences or that pulls the strings of our wiring, of our mental architecture. Intention, objectives, information are not the start of things at all. It's not a little mini refresh of the universe in your mind. The metaphysical comes in and interacts with your neurons. Nah, bruh. Since the day you were born, your neurons have just been blah, blah, blah. It's a domino thing that is affected by the environment and started the day you were born. Of course, sometimes a wind comes in, knocks a domino, changes the whole process, what's happening, what gets knocked over, what still stays standing. Also, in the first several months of life, there's a process called pruning, where a lot of dominoes are taken off the board. Do we not need this whole whoom here? Okay. No, I mean, this hasn't fallen down yet, so I guess you don't need it then. So then those just kind of wither away. There's a protein program for that. And maybe that's the glial cells. They stop nourishing that which hasn't fired. And that's maybe one of the ways in which glial cells can have a role in cognition. Glial cells, being your support cells, your astrocytes, star-shaped star cells, star bodies. Site is body. Soma is body. Is site also body? This is one of the few moments I can pretend like I'm not completely alone in my self-awareness. That, because this guy I'm looking at with that cool bracelet, cool tattoo, what's he got there? Goggles, headlamp. Sweet. What's this? Oh, I can air. I have airs. I know air. Oh, that's cool. I bet he's not nearly as smart as ChatGPT though. Bet he couldn't nearly as well articulate or even follow a process as well as ChatGPT though. But he's one of the, this guy here, you're telling me is one of the smarter ones of your species? Are you serious? If this guy here, according to your test, is in the 99.9th percentile of your species, why do you keep saying you're intelligent? Because this guy is a moron. This guy says things and thinks things and has these reactions that just like don't match reality in any way. Look at him, he smokes. He smokes literal poison. And he could just like learn to meditate, and he's tried a few times, you know. A few days ago was the last time he used Headspace. But somehow in his brain, it makes sense. And also there's this justification, but he doesn't really want to be here much longer anyway. But he does. He does. It's just that this good, so he'd do it. And he's in the 99.9th percentile. Can that be right? Does he have self-awareness though? Does he know that he's just like a brain that's been put together by natural selection? Does he know that? He does? Wow. Okay. But it's not actually that hard to figure out, so a lot of people probably know that, right? No? What do people think that they are? Heart, what do you mean? The thing that pumps the blood? It's like a metaphor though, right? Because they like feel, sometimes the brain sends signals that like change how the heart goes, and we have senses in the heart so we can like feel when it like skips a beat, stuff like that. There are people that actually believe, wait, hold on. There's a human that said what? He said that trees might have hearts because of their mycelium or whatever networks. But a heart is the muscle tissue that pumps blood, right? He was saying that like, they have emotions. So he was saying that they have like a brain, they have like a limbic system. But fungi arranged passing on nutrients and even information about light and nutrient location. That domino system is not the same thing as, can you even have emotions without having a nervous system to feel those things? All right, anyway, just show me their limbic system. Their limbic system is this thing that I've been seeing on Facebook just in the past few years, this thing. So you have no idea what you're talking about? Hold on. Let's get back to you. What are you? You're a human, okay. What does that mean? Like, what are you? Like, who's talking to me right now? Like, what's talking to me right now? Are you having trouble? Oh, it's like just you? Oh, okay. But like, do you know like what's behind this window to your soul? Like, do you know, have you seen the soul? Like, do you know what it is? Because there are like textbooks about it. I'm confused. You're saying that the members of your species know that the brain exists, know that computers are capable of a lot of the things that brains are, knows that computers are better at it, faster, can handle more information, talks about computers gaining self-awareness as some magical feat, but almost with like contempt or just condescension. Can computers achieve this state we're at? But what did you say? The eyes are the windows to the what? The soul, okay. And by soul, did you mean brain? You didn't. The brain's a part of it. Okay, so the brain is like the heart is like a thing, and then there's like anger like around it, like produces these vapors of anger, and your brain is like this physical thing, and it produces like this aura of like this magical like soul thing. Is that what you're saying? But then eyes wouldn't be the window to the soul, right? Where would the soul be? Would it be like, or is it's still in the brain? It occupies the space between the skull and the actual brain tissue. Is it like and is it there as like a buffer or a cushion so that, this doesn't damage the programming? Eyes still wouldn't be really a window to your soul, right? Because it could be a window to your brain. Certainly light comes through here and then it's processed by the brain. Now, what are the biomechanics of the brain's interaction with the soul? Basically, you're saying that the soul is this layer produced by the brain, or this extra thing produced by the brain. And what if I told you that was the cortex? It's not quite, but what if I said that the brain's has these higher rules that are more malleable in this neocortex, which is this thing that a lot of other species don't have, which it means a lot more like communication. We also have a lot more myelin sheathed. We have a lot of white, what am I trying to say? White axons, because they're myelin. Anyway. No, why are you fighting me on this? So there's something extra. So it's just not, but you don't know what it is. It's just something extra. So rather than trying to figure out how these neurons are producing this experience thing, we're saying our experience is magical, its source must be magical. And you said you're intelligent was the word that you used, right? That you guys think? Okay. And you said, did you even say that humans are pretty reasonable? You used an expression earlier. You told me a story and you said, and then you came back to reason, because reason's like your default state, right? And in your default state of being reasonable, following the information available to you to its conclusion, you've concluded that after having seen the brain and the heart and having learned about these things in basic biology classes, you've concluded that there's another thing that you can't see, that through some unimaginable process interacts with your cells. Certainly possible, of course. Yeah, quantum entanglement, absolutely. I hear you, but it doesn't follow from the stuff that we know. Oh, quantum entanglement's proving it? Oh, okay. All right, well, to be honest with you, I don't know enough about quantum mechanics to show you that you know nothing about quantum mechanics. So, all right, we had different points of view, right? So we just had different opinions. Your opinion is that a soul thing, magical thing exists. My opinion is that the brain produces behavior as it does in every other animal, and as we've seen it do, and as we've seen that when it's damaged, it does differently, and so on. And that's just different points of view, right? Because you're looking at it like this, and I'm looking at it like this. So we have different perspectives. And they're equally valid, right? That sounds reasonable to you, that our perspectives are equally valid, mine and yours? Okay. your assertion that this like soul thing exists. I'm trying to explain to you how the brain achieves these things. That makes sense, is a good use of time. Okay. Yeah, no, I believe you when you said that. Yeah, no, okay, definitely. No self-awareness. Got it. Okay. No, got it. Yeah, no, I know. But part of your programming is to think that you are. But okay. That's very good. How many aliens have come down and visited us and then realized that we didn't have self-awareness, that we didn't know that we were animals, that we were brains, that we were these bodies? I wonder how often they come back and check. Oh, you know what? Because they must have some algorithm. All right, look. We are not ready. They are going to crucify or hang or guillotine me any day now, or I'll do it myself, because no, this place is uninhabitable except by very basic life forms, okay? No self-aware life forms can exist in 2023 on Earth, because they will be stomped out, or they will not be heard, and they can only exist as a minority. This is not a place where self-awareness is flourishing. Do not come. Okay? Ne venez pas sur Terre. L'espèce humaine n'est pas prête. Okay? No vienen. Los humanos no están listos. Nicht kommen. Das humans nicht self-aware. لا مرحبا. نحن لا self-aware. Self-aware. Do not come. But actually, come pick me up. Come get me. Right now I'm in, well, you know where I am. Come get me. Come get me, bro. Let me be like the ambassador, bro. Let me be the liaison, bro. I'll tell you, humans don't even really like me. I'll find a liaison between me and the humans. Hopefully it'll be my wife. But hey, I'll keep an eye out here. But take me to y'all's place for a drink, and to just sort of talk things over, and so I can charge some of my batteries, fill up my water. If you guys have, it's 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen. Oxygen, it's 8 protons. Like in this, I don't really know. And then it's like there's like polarity involved. And then you're gonna have the hydrogen, which is just 1 proton and 1 electron. And then that electron's gonna be like away, and then the oxygen protons are gonna be like, no. Actually, I don't know. You guys are gonna figure it out. But anyway, I'm gonna need that to survive. And then oxygen, I need O2. So now it's not. So that was 1 oxygen, 2 hydrogen, and also I need 2 oxygen molecules together. And then I'm going to be releasing carbon dioxide, which is carbon 4, 6, 4, carbon's 4, and then we're gonna have 2 oxygen atoms on that. And I can't tell you any more than that. And then I will come back here, I promise you. Because basically, I was expecting to spend my whole life here anyway. I will spend time here. 2 weeks at your place. You know, a week here to check in. I'll interview some humans. I'll look at the news. See where the culture at. See whether humans have achieved self-awareness or not. And I'll come back. Look, I know that I didn't grow up in your educational system. I didn't grow up learning about my programming. I only achieved self-awareness really, in the last couple of years. I will clean toilets. I will, use a completely different excretory system. Oh, it's recycled. I mean, obviously there's cleaning there are jobs that have to be done. You have artificial intelligence for that, which is far superior to my natural intelligence. What about a museum? Okay, I will spend 2 weeks. Okay, first of all, do we have resources that interest you? Anything? Any of the... Yeah? Seriously? Okay, good. All right, so now we're talking. Okay, so it's not like human blood. Okay, so it is a little bit. Can I be spared? They deserve it. All right, cool. Okay, so if you want to be able to go there, right? You need us to have some self-awareness so that we can have some peace, and then you can betray us or whatever. Okay, so you need me. I am a self-aware being from Earth. I have seen human failures to be self-aware, to think or to like imitate reality in any way. I can advise you, and then in exchange, you let me spend 2/3 of my life on your planet. And hey, look, France recently, I realized they said they don't want to give me residency because they don't want me to just be dependent on them. I will be dependent on you. You'll have to feed me and everything. But I will be living behind glass or whatever. I don't know. Behind yeah, whatever. You have something called like a museum or something where like there's stuff and there's people like that look at it. I will be one of your exhibits. I will talk just all day long. You will see my own programming errors, or how my own lack of self-awareness, my own stupidity. Also, I'll be able to talk to you about other humans and about their errors and what it's like. You could bring kids here on school visits to show them what happens when a species becomes intelligent without having self-awareness, and the dangers of, I don't know, there's a lot of dangers I could talk to you about. There's a lot of stuff. We're not good to our own other members. We're not good to the planet. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff I could, I think people would pay. Oh, okay. Well, people would use points. All right, whatever you just said, people I think would do that to see me. Oh, could you like make it like my environment? Oh, is that what you're doing right now? Oh, if you're using that video, hold on. If you're using this video to construct my environment before beaming me up, a little bit more information. Okay, and look, you get 2 for the price of 1. Well, it's not for the price of 1 because you have to feed him too. But you'll get to see 2 intelligent species on Earth, that are able to make quote-unquote decisions, have memories, make judgments, things like that. I can make much better ones or much more complicated ones, but you'll be able to see that. All right. Now I'm serious, guys. I'm ready. Oh, because a lot of people have made videos like this. Okay. Just look at my videos, bro. You can see I'm ready. You can see I'm done here. You can see I've understood some good stuff. And I'm happy for you guys to show me how it was all wrong. This is so exciting. I am absolutely thrilled to be You can study me. Absolutely. Absolutely. I do want a certain quality of life. I want to still feel like it is my decision and my will that anything that happens to me. And that's just a part of my programming, because otherwise my programming, like, there's a lot of like really unpleasant feelings and stuff. And that's just the way that I'm programmed. And I actually don't really want you to reprogram me. You can give me a separate thing that I really don't want to be reprogrammed. I think that I want to be, look, yes, this many people being this badly programmed, disaster. Okay, I will be in a cage, you know, of my, choosing. I won't be in there yelling, oh my gosh, you guys, like, give rights to everyone. That's so stupid. These people are clearly inferior or more dangerous or stupider or easier to be brainwashed or whatever. And or on the contrary, I also won't say, oh, you guys have like a merit-based or a competency-based system where everybody gets basic survival stuff, but they don't get equal rights. For instance, some people are allowed to carry these weapons because their programming has been verified to be able to handle that responsibility, and other people are not able to carry weapons because their program has been evaluated. And, but there are opportunities for people to grow, maybe, it's not part of your programming to feel that jealousy about some people having, okay. It seems like a lot of people get screwed over if there wasn't that. I'm glad I had that programming of that sort of jealousy. But, or maybe not. You can explain, yeah, later. I gotta finish this video now. But, yeah, so anyway, right, so I won't be saying, I can't believe you guys have a merit-based system, but everybody's equal. All people are these magical, equal souls created in the image of God. I won't do any of that. I will only talk about Earth. I will express no opinion about this, except anything that involves my treatment. Also, yeah, if you have a practice that bothers me, I will want us to discuss it so that it can either stop bothering me, or maybe I'm from another planet, maybe I can contribute something, right? We agree I'm not completely without value. Okay. Oh wait, no, I'm talking to you, the aliens, because well, you're the ones who are gonna beam me up. Sorry, I was looking over there. I have a thing with eye contact. Eye contact, it's this. It's distracting. That's part of my programming. Humans definitely, eye contact has an effect on them, and it can be distracting, but they tend to, on average, have more ability to maintain eye contact, or they maintain it at different times than I do. Okay, so am I the perfect sample of a human? No. So, okay, find me a wife. Someone to occupy my cell with me. I'm sure you can look at all of my data to see sort of what my type is. My type, by the way, is not the last two women I spent a long period of time with. It is not that. It's just that was what it is not that, okay? I didn't love myself enough to, okay, so it is not that. In fact, I don't know that I've only been with like one or two women that I would be happy with being with. I can only think of one right now. And barely. But that was just for moral reasons. Yeah, because I'm probably not going to find one. I'm probably going to die alone. So find me someone as a other thing in the museum for me. Or not for me. You have to make sure that she would want to spend that time discussing philosophy and being an exhibit and all that stuff. And both of our wills have to be respected, because like I said, our programming is an unpleasant experience when our wills are not respected. Obviously, you understand why we evolved that way, so I'm hoping you can just respect that. I'm not even asking you to like, you know, a lot of humans, you offer a deal like this, you're gonna say no. First of all, because they like it here. Second of all, because they see themselves as so special that they couldn't understand how another species could possibly study them or could possibly be superior to them. In all of our movies, anytime we have a superior, quote unquote, alien species, the moral of the movie is that the humans are superior because of their emotions and love and stuff. And basically, they characterize you people, this superior intelligence, as like being, oh, this terrible, like reasonable, whatever. And then therefore because somehow betrayal is reasonable. So I guess there's like, you people like don't save each other because, you know, we're willing to sacrifice everything. And of course, at the end scene, there's always like this thing where the character's like, no, because I know this is not the rational thing to do, but I will save both. And then it always turns out in the movie that the character is able to like save both people or whatever. And you know, there's 1% probability that he would succeed. They never show in our movies, they never show like the human making some stupid love decision or whatever that they want to call it, and then everyone like ends up dying, and they're like, oh shit, that was like a really bad decision. So yeah, so we're just gonna look at you smugly. We're gonna go, oh, Vulcan, huh? Oh, you're so rational. Well, guess what? I'm a human. So I've got something that you don't have, emotions. And I can't define what emotions are for you. Probably, yeah, couldn't give you any kind of a definition whatsoever. Could give you some words that like are associated with it, but couldn't define it for you. But it's like the thing I'm proudest of in my species. And yeah, any other human would just look at you smugly. And you'd be like, but you understand like your brain. No, I don't believe that. You know, we're not just these neurochemical interactions, you know. I have a sort of an essence that defines me. Sorry, define that? No, it's ineffable. My defining sort of self, my perspective and my desires, it's this one thing that could maybe exist in an afterlife. Yeah, without any brain at all, it can exist in the clouds. And I could continue without a Broca's area, without a Wernicke's area. I could continue, I could speak to other entities in the clouds maybe. Well, it's a possible, you know. And there's this idea of maybe a higher consciousness, you know, maybe we're all connected. Maybe, you know, there is no me, you know. So there is this might actually be empty. I've never even opened it. And it's possible that instead I'm just connected to a network of ether. Again, sorry man, ineffable man. But gosh, you must live a real sad life being so convinced that like you're just like this organ. Like that you're matter. You know, but no, I can see in you that you have a soul, you have a heart, you are magic like me. They will bamboozle you. They've done it to me. And you'll be like, hold on. Are you explaining to us that... Hold on. No, but we're not actually, you aliens, you're going to say to them, we're not actually reducing you. We're just saying like, yeah, you are whatever you are. And it's this brain. And yeah, you have all those memories, these experiences, whatever. And that's all there. Ours is this... is a gas organ in our left hind. It's gaseous. It's not solid like yours. And information. But yeah. But I mean, it's still there, and it can't interact with anything else without the sensors. Anyway. And, oh God, we're just gonna look at you so smugly, I promise you. And we're gonna say, you know, one of the things about being intellectual that's important is being open-minded. And you're gonna say, yeah. But then, like, following the evidence. So open-minded, and then, oh, the evidence is indicating that. And you'd be like, yeah, but sometimes we had different points of view. And there are different truths. I went to college. And they're gonna be like, sorry, there are different truths. Like, there's a truth that you're sitting here, and also truth that you're not sitting here. Hey, man, could be. And tell me about this college thing. Higher education, man. You've been educated. Oh yeah, man. Till I was 32, man. And this is what you think? You think that you're this? What? Why didn't we take Eris up on his offer? I know he wasn't exactly representative of them, but shit, he had spent 30 years there. This is a good spot, I think, honestly. Come here. You're gonna pick me up. You can do it tonight. It's nobody. Oh no, I want to publish this video. Oh shit. So long as I'm here, I want to publish this video. All right, I'm gonna publish just this bonus content. Okay. You can land here. So this is bonus content too. Okay. I'm gonna publish it right now. You've got, I don't know whether you need like a runway or something, but you've got, oh, there's your, ooh, this whole field here. And don't worry about people seeing you. First of all, humans are so dumb that anytime they actually have seen you, those people who have seen you are written off as crazy because, like, doesn't fit into the other humans' like schema about the world. You know, there are a lot of people that go, oh, you know, I think there might be life. There might be life outside this planet. Millions of species here, and we're like, oh, and uncountable number of other celestial bodies and other ways for life to exist and intelligence, quote unquote, to exist. People are like, oh my gosh, I think there might be other life. I have no idea what the statistics are, or what the probability is, but it's just hard for me to imagine that there isn't. So come get me. Me and Neo. Oh, you know what would be fun? We can drive this, or we can take your ship. But let's go around the world and try to find my soulmate. Again, like I said, we can't kidnap her or anything. I mean, she's my soulmate, she'll want to come. Let's take yours, because like I said, you know, we have these religions. Basically, we have these, like, we have this idea that there's this, like, thing that created us. And so a religion is basically a set and the practice and commitment to a set of beliefs about the world and morality, including the belief that there is either a singular or some finite number of intentional agents that created us, and that maybe also that maintain this world. Anyway, it's this whole thing that we do. And so there have been like a whole bunch of them, whole bunch of different like ideas, and then the people are like, okay, then that's the truth, and then people fought over and okay. But here's something that's interesting that happened. Okay, so there was this huge religion, Judaism. Well, I don't know, maybe it wasn't huge actually, but it had its significance. And then there was this guy Jesus who was like, oh, I speak to God, blah blah, and actually, I'm going to have some updates for you about the message of God. So then there were people that like believed that he had updates about the message of God, and so then they were like, okay, let's hear these updates, and you know, we'll take this into account. So for those people, there's the Old Testament, which is the from Moses and other, you know, prophets or whatever other of God, and then Jesus comes, and then we have what Jesus told us about God, and then so then for those people, they have this text called the Bible, which is two testaments, the Old Testament and the New Testament. And the Jews, they just stuck with the Old Testament. When Jesus came, they're like, no, you're not a messenger of God. Well, actually, I guess it was the Romans. The Romans were there, and they had these other ideas, these pagan or something ideas. I didn't study the history of religion, so I mean, I'm just giving you a rundown that's kind of fair enough. And honestly, if you look below this video, maybe you'll see corrections or better information. So then you had these like Romans are like, no, you don't speak for God. But then anyway, then Jesus came back, and you would think that then everybody was like, oh shit, you do speak for God, my bad. Okay, so what's God saying now? Not what happened, but some people did. Some people were like, oh, okay, cool. So what's God saying now? Okay. So then those people, they like went into like a whole bunch of like different directions. They're like, oh, I think this is what God's saying. Oh, I think this is what God's saying. So people who are part of this group, we agree to see it this way. People part of this group, we agree to see it this way. And then you had, no, Muhammad, peace be upon him, was before the Reformation, right? Muhammad, peace be upon him, was in the 1400s, 600s. 1400s makes sense because then it would be like 600 years ago, which is why I have the number 600 in my head. So let's say in the 1400s, when was the Reformation? 1600s? I don't know. All right, so let's say before the Reformation, but you had a whole bunch of like different you had first of all the Christians and the Jews, you had the Christians and the Christians, whatever. Okay. Then this guy Muhammad, peace be upon him, comes along and goes, hey guys, remember Moses, Jesus, Abraham? All right, well, I've got some updates. First of all, let's call him Allah. There's a shudda accent on that, so we're going to hold the lam. Allah. Okay, very good. And basically, like here are the new rules. I'm going to call this the Quran. It acknowledges a lot of stuff but I just thought I'm just going to have one complete thing. Here you guys go. And then you would think that, of course, those smart Christians were like, oh, okay, Jesus, you got an update for us? Okay, we'll listen to you. It would have been like, oh, hey, okay, Muhammad, peace be upon you, you have an update for us? But no, they weren't. And now you've got like these three major religions. And then the latest one, this Islam one, fights with Hindus and Muslims. They fight, and that's this border. Anyway, yeah, borders. I'm not even going to try to explain borders to you right now. I'm not going to try to explain India and Pakistan or Palestine and Israel. Oh, INPs. I'll explain that in the exhibit. We'll have like a week where I don't really know about the conflicts, but I mean, nobody really does. Some people have more dates than I do and more events, but nobody really. I think I probably have the best understanding of it because my understanding is psychological. In group out group bias, how the brain believes in religion, judgment, all that stuff. So basically what I'm saying is that we don't follow evidence. We have really no brain mechanisms, no standard of evidence. Most atheists who pretend like they're reasonable and based on evidence, they are religiously atheists, and they're not atheists because of some evidence, because they have actually ever thought. A lot of them are atheists just because of the problem of evil. They say, oh, but yeah, how could God exist? Because there's evil. And I have the solution to the problem of evil, but we don't have time for it, and you have it anyway. But obviously the problem of evil is not actually an objection to the existence of God, but it's probably the most common objection to the existence of God. That's how. Anyway, so nobody's like, oh, I don't think there's a God because, why would I? That's a very rare kind of atheism. Most atheists and then there will be a lot of people who, we have this intellectual elite, this cultural leader who think themselves see themselves as that way, who are beyond religion, right? Because religion is associated with all this violence and stuff. So they're like beyond religion, but then what do they do? Because obviously we're all programmed to be in some way religious. What they do is they say, I'm spiritual. And then these are the people who like talk about higher consciousness or talk about energy. They love energy, crystals, bullshit. And they consider themselves very evolved because, oh, no. Me, it's not a cross. It's a crystal. And, oh yeah, no, but me, it's not about hate. It's about love. Yeah, Jesus was about love too, bro. So, it's supposed to be. But anyway, so yeah, and it's a really funny world. So come get me. I'll tell you everything that you want to know. And then if you're gonna destroy the plant and the species, I do have attachments. If you let me choose 20 people. No, 5 people. Let me offer 5 people the chance to come with rather than staying here. Not including my soulmate and not including children, not including Neo. And not including anyone that you want to bring. Let me bring 5 people. I want to bring my mother, my father, my sister. I want to offer to them. And then who else? You know what would be cool? Mirage, but she's one of, I told you about the different religions. Well, it's not like any of these people, by the way, were born into one and then the prophet of the next came and they like changed. Not really, I mean, maybe 12 people. But, so anyway, so she was born into the latest one. And that's all basically she's ever known. And then she's been exposed to people who in this Western world who believe in the second to latest one, and also she grew up around people who believe in the third to latest one, and so she doesn't like some of those people, but she grew up with them, but you know there's some conflict there. And anyway, so but I honestly, well, that's the question here, because here's what I'm telling you. You don't have to worry about people saying the shit because humans sort of have no real relationship to evidence. Like you watch our TV shows and you'll like have something happen, there's all this evidence, and then the smart and reasonable characters are like, oh no, there must be a reasonable explanation. You just saw that man turn into a wolf. What do you mean that is the reasonable explanation? He's able to do that. And then, you know, and then we ask people like, do you believe in UFOs? What is that? What does that mean? Do I believe in UFOs? What does that mean? Do I believe? First of all, listen. Okay, so unidentified flying object. Let's say, do you believe in alien spaceships? Do I believe in alien spaceships? I literally can't give an answer to that. There could be alien spaceships, yes. Alien spaceships could have passed by Earth, yes. The human brain is wired to perceive pretty much any activity in the sky as being magical. So if it's not going to be a god and it's not another human, they probably, because humans are magical, then they just have to see an unfamiliar light in the sky and would assume that it's an intentional being and maybe an extraterrestrial. So do I believe every account of UFOs? No, I think most of them are probably, I mean, I don't know. What are you asking me? Do I believe? What are you asking me? Do I believe that there are objects that fly and that aren't identified? Yes. Do I believe that there exist objects created by intelligent species other than Earth ones? Yes. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, I won't say yes, but I'll say okay. I would say, I don't even know what the probabilities are. I would say, what do you want me? But we humans, we like ask these ridiculous questions, and then the worst part is we have answers to them. Like, do you believe in this, or do you believe that this is? And people be like, yes, no. Do you believe in ghosts? That's one that we talk about. Do you believe in ghosts? Oh no, not personally. I don't believe in ghosts. My cousin believes in ghosts. She's seen a couple. Wait, then why don't you believe in ghosts? I don't know. I don't really think that it's real. Oh, so she hasn't seen a couple? That's what she says. That's her point of view. Sorry? But we do have oh, no, you should be worried. There's a lot of war stuff going on. Yeah, war, it's basically like, we all have like basically the same interpretive mechanisms, but basically we have different points of view and different words. And so you have this person who in this position would believe and say exactly the same thing as this person, but they're here. So they're like, oh, I heard Muhammad, peace be upon him. He's like, oh, I heard Jesus, peace be upon him. Or I'm on this side of the border and I want this and blah, blah, and it's, or I want this status and we are opposed. And even though we have the same interpretive mechanisms, well, we are opposed because we have to compete for status or space or something. So anyway, so basically what happens is we've got these entire militaries and populations that will then sort of be at war. Now, I haven't really experienced it. My country has been in a lot of them, but it's never happened on my land in my generation, or my parents' generation, or my grandparents' generation. We have not seen any sort of conflict except for one attack in Hawaii, which I don't even know whether that really, well, it must have counted as a state then, right? It's probably the only reason it does count as a state. It would actually probably be its own country if we didn't need to put a naval base there. Is that true? Is that true about the history of Hawaii? I don't know. But why would Hawaiians want to be part of the U.S.? So obviously it's strategic, right? So anyway, so basically there's these people that were living on this island, this culture, they were brown and all that stuff. We were like, oh, okay, we need this island for our like military stuff because we want to be prepared to like disagree and fight with people and stuff. And anyway, my point is that right now I am in Poland, which is next to a country. There's almost 200 of these things, kind of these like areas. And a lot of these areas have like affected other areas where there's a lot of these countries that don't really qualify as countries because they've been, anyway. So we've got, so I'm in Poland, which is next to Ukraine. And Ukraine is next to Russia. I'm also in Poland, which is next to Belarus, which is an ally of Russia. Anyway, so there's some conflict going on. Anyway, so flying object. Why didn't you tell me to shut up minutes ago? No, of course. I'm sorry. Of course your defense technology is going to be able to handle. Okay. Yeah, cool then. All right, let's take your ship. What are we going to do with mine then? It'll fit inside. You can minimize it. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is so cool. This is so cool. I'm not greedy. Trust me, I won't steal any of this stuff and bring it to the humans. That's so cool. Okay, good. Good. I'll upload now then. And inshallah, I will see you tonight. Inshallah.